Man, they did him dirty, bro.
Yo, yeah, they did Merlin dirty, man. And
Real dirty.
On March 14th, 1976, in the heart of New York City, a star was born. Merlin Santana came into the world against the odds, a miracle child who defied the complications surrounding his birth. His mother, Leah Santana, a Dominican immigrant, was warned that her son had only a 50-50 chance of survival. But Merlin, as if guided by some unseen magic, pulled through. His mother saw this as nothing short of miraculous and named him after the legendary wizard Merlin. From the very beginning, it was clear that this child was special. Merlin's upbringing in the Upper West Side of Manhattan placed him in an environment where the line between struggle and success was razor thin. His neighborhood, like many urban areas of the time, was plagued by the harsh realities of gang violence, drug abuse, and poverty. However, his mother was determined to keep him on a path far removed from the dangers of the streets. With a personality as bright as the sun and an innate talent for entertainment, Merlin was destined for more. One day, while out with his mother, a talent scout noticed something unique about the young boy. There was an undeniable charisma about him, an energy that drew people in. The scout suggested that Leia get Merlin into acting, convinced that he had what it took to succeed in the entertainment industry. Leia, recognizing the opportunity, took a chance and brought Merlin to an audition for a fast food commercial. It was his first role, and from that moment, there was no looking back. The world of show business had found its newest star. Breaking into Hollywood, Merlin's bilingual abilities, speaking both English and Spanish, gave him an edge in an industry where versatility was key. His first commercial gig opened doors to more opportunities, and soon, he was being cast in television roles that would set the foundation for his career. In 1990, Merlin's life changed forever when he was cast in the play Hey Little Walter. It was a small production, but fate had grander plans. Among the audience one night sat Bill Cosby, one of the most influential figures in television. Cosby was so impressed by Merlin's performance that he made a decision that would alter the young actor's trajectory. He had a new character written into The Cosby Show just for him. Merlin was cast as Stanley, Rudy Huxtable's charming and funny boyfriend. With The Cosby Show being one of the biggest television hits of its time, Merlin was thrust into the limelight. He had a natural presence on screen, effortlessly delivering comedic and heartfelt performances. Hollywood took notice. As The Cosby Show neared its end, Merlin was immediately cast in another sitcom, Getting By, where he starred alongside another child actor, Dionne Richmond. The show ran from 1993 to 1994, further cementing Merlin's status as a rising star. At just 19, Merlin made a bold move. He left New York City and relocated to Los Angeles, a place where careers were made and dreams came true, or were shattered. North Hollywood became his new home, and with an unwavering focus, he dedicated himself to building his career. Work continued to pour in, and in 1996, he landed the role that would define his legacy, Romeo Santana in The Steve Harvey Show. The rise to fame on. The Steve Harvey Show, Merlin played Romeo, a smooth-talking high schooler who had a way with the ladies. His portrayal was effortlessly charming, and audiences adored him. The role was perfect for him, blending humor, wit, and an undeniable swag that made him stand out. Merlin wasn't just another actor, he was a cultural icon in the making. Despite his growing fame, Merlin remained grounded. Unlike many young stars who succumbed to the pressures of Hollywood, he stayed away from drugs and the wild party scene. His focus was unwavering. He wanted to build a career that lasted. Yet, as his fame grew, so did the number of people who wanted to be close to him, and not all of them had pure intentions. A fatal encounter. On November 8, 2002, Merlin found himself in Los Angeles longer than he had planned. He was supposed to have returned to New York to visit family, but a last-minute audition kept him in the city. That night, he was in the Crenshaw district, recording music at a friend's house with fellow actor Brandon Quentin Adams, known for his roles in The Sandlot and The People Under the Stairs. Later that evening, Merlin made a call to a woman named Mercedes, a girl he had met at a restaurant sometime before. She had recognized him from The Steve Harvey Show and they had spent a night together in what was, by all accounts, a consensual encounter. That night, Merlin invited her to hang out with him and his friends, unaware that he was walking into a trap. When Mercedes arrived, something felt off. Brandon noticed how nervous and uneasy she seemed, pacing around the house and making phone calls. She soon left, getting into a vehicle with two men. Brandon had a gut feeling that something was wrong. Minutes later, as Merlin and Brandon got into their car to leave, they were ambushed. Two men armed with guns approached, and before they could react, shots were fired. A bullet tore through the trunk, striking Merlin in the back of the head. He died instantly. Betrayal and justice authorities quickly launched an investigation, and Brandon's account helped them piece together what had happened. They traced Merlin's last phone calls and discovered the truth. Mercedes, whose real name was Monique King, had set him up. The 15-year-old girl had lied to two men, 21-year-old Damian Andre Gates and 25-year-old Brandon Douglas Bynes, telling them that Merlin had assaulted her. Fueled by this false accusation, the men sought revenge, ambushing and killing an innocent man. Justice was swift. Damian Gates, the man who fired the fatal shot, was sentenced to 70 years to life. Brandon Bynes received 23 years for his role in the crime. Monique King, despite orchestrating the entire setup, was tried as a juvenile and sentenced to a mere few years in the California Youth Authority, meaning she would walk free by the age of 25. A legacy-cut short Merlin Santana was laid to rest in St. Raymond's Cemetery in the Bronx. His family, friends, and fans mourned the loss of a bright star whose potential was tragically cut short. He was only 26 years old. His death serves as a sobering reminder of how dangerous false accusations can be, and how jealousy and betrayal can lead to senseless violence. Merlin had done everything right. He worked hard, stayed focused, and avoided the pitfalls that so many young actors fall into. Yet, none of that could protect him from crossing paths with the wrong person. Had he lived, there's no doubt that Merlin Santana would have continued to rise, perhaps becoming one of Hollywood's biggest stars. But even in his short time, he left behind a legacy that continues to inspire. He showed the world that no matter where you come from, with determination and talent, you can achieve greatness. Rest in peace, Merlin Santana. Your light still shines.